everybody. Welcome to the Hacienda. Rivet here. Today we're going to make something new and different. Lap Cheong. And what is Lap Cheong, you may ask? I'm glad you asked. Lap Cheong is Chinese sausage. This one is a prime food, extra lean, dried Chinese brand sausage. And this is what it looks like in the photograph and in the innards. I also got this brand, Chinese style sausage, product of USA. This one features often in the internet YouTube world. This one's out of an outfit in Kent, Washington State. This one here is out of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. So anyway, the U.S. has regulations where we cannot import pork or pork products from China or Asia, so that's why this stuff is made in the U.S. I have never tried this. I ran into this here in the last week several times. I'd actually never heard of Lap Cheong sausage in my life until this week, so I thought I gotta try it. I gotta try it completely. So I went to the local Asian market, and there was 4 or 5 varieties to choose from. So I settled on these, and we're going to cook it with these ingredients here. So let's get started. Right, so here's the Lap Cheong sliced up. I used this brand of Lap Cheong. Now, one of the signature things apparently for Lap Cheong is it should have a good amount of pork fat. By the way, they're made with pork, no chicken or anything else. A good amount of high quality pork fat that you see in sections in there. This is what it looks like unsliced. Let me lift it up so you can get a better look here. Actually, it looks really good. Now, one thing about Lap Cheong, it is not cured, smoked, or cooked, so you cannot eat it raw, so I can't taste it. You have to cook it. However, it does smell very good. It has a slight sweetness smell to it, but full of umami and saltiness too. That's a signature flavor of this sausage. It's sweet and salty, loaded with umami, and they're made with baijiu, which is a sugar brandy, and or rosewater brandy. The other brand I have has rosewater in it. This one does not. So it promises to be very tasty, so let's keep going. This is fantastic. I got the sausage Lap Cheong cooking here over number 6, a little hotter than medium, and I ended up slicing some of the other brand too. On the left here is the original that I showed you. The one on the right I've cut into discs rather than on the bias so I could tell the difference. This is the one with the rose water in it, and that's the one with baijiu, the brandy. As they're cooking, I am smelling delicious pork, obviously. Plenty of some kind of umami, not very spicy, but very tasty. And you see they're browning up really nice. You can see that piece there. As expected, they're giving off the oil, so we don't have to add any oil. And so let's go ahead and add the rest of the ingredients here. I've lowered the heat to medium here while I add the ingredients, and we're going to add 2, I'd probably call it tablespoons of the gochujang. I'm guessing this fermented red pepper paste. I want to add kind of like a base of flavor to that, and we have a little bit of Cheater's ginger. We're going to put a smidge, can I get 2 smidges out of there? 2 smidges of Cheater's ginger. We've got some Cheater's garlic, Spice World. We're going to put a little bit of that in there. Oh, we're going to put, I'd say 1.5 tablespoons Now, we need some porcini salt. Since we're going to be cooking with mushrooms, I'm going to add the porcini salt, but you know what? I'm going to hold off for a moment, because before we go there, we're going to need to add some rice wine vinegar. We got to get some liquid in here, or else it'll die. And something that I'm going to do is I got some sesame oil, and I know that the pork is putting out grease, but I'm using this as a flavorant. So we're going to put, oh, there you go, half a teaspoon max. Give it a little bit of sesame flavor. Okay, let's get all this combined. Oh, I'm sorry, we got to put the porcini salt, and we're going to go with a scant teaspoon. Okay, let's keep cooking. Okay, I added another tablespoon generous of that gochujang, so we'll call the total amount about 1/3 of a cup. And I added another cup of water in here, so we got 1.5 cups of water. And now this is cooking up really nicely, and it's smelling delicious. So at this point, we got the sauce ready. The meat is cooking up, and we're going to add the onions and the mushrooms. Now these are baby bella mushrooms, not porcinis, but the porcini salt is really going to complement this. And let's cook that in for a little bit. Alright, it's just about ready, so at this point we're going to add the green beans. And that's going to add a little color and flavor, and you know, being the winter, I start craving green vegetables, and I got a really good deal on these. They come from Delray, Florida, and we're going to cook them up. This is going to assuage my desire for green vegetables. Alright, so let's cook them down until they get kind of crunchy, but cooked. Okay, folks, here we go. Lap Cheong. We got some steamed basmati rice over here with a little butter, and we got the green beans and the baby bella mushrooms, a sweet yellow onion, and the 2 lap Cheong meats. So, nice presentation, I think. Well, there's the phone. Join me in a bit. We got 2 kinds of sausage here. Remember, I sliced one on the bias and one in discs. Let's try the bias one. Now this one's kind of nicely browned, and remember, this one with the bias has baijiu, which is a nice sugar brandy. Okay, no rose water in that. Texture is very meaty. Tastes like there's solid muscle meat in there. All I can say is, wow. That definitely tastes of good pork. High quality pork. Doesn't taste fatty at all. The sweetness is way, way back in the background, and it's not sugar sweetness. It's sweetness from something else. Clearly the brandy, but it blends in so well with everything else. And of course, it's slightly salty. And the sauce I made with the rice wine vinegar and the water and the stuff really complements this. I would buy that sausage again in a heartbeat. All right, so let's try these discs, the cylindrical slices. This is the one that had both rice brandy and rose water in it. Rose brandy, rosewater brandy, whatever. Okay, same muscle meat texture, very good, high quality. Sweetness is different, very mild. Again, in the background, not as salty as that, although they weren't salty hardly at all, but that one could probably use a little bit of salt in there. And my whole body is screaming, you have tried this before, John. And for the life of me, here in microseconds. My brain's working. I cannot imagine where I have eaten this, but the taste is familiar to me. It is completely unique. Folks, you have never tasted a sausage like this in your life. And I will say that again for me. I have no clue where I may have tasted it, but the taste is very familiar. Once you try either one of these sausages, you'll know. There is no other type of sausage that tastes remotely like it. And I've had a lot of sausages in my life. Man, I'd buy either one again. No, they wouldn't be good for breakfast sausages. Yes, they would be good grilled or steamed whole, stuck in a hot dog bun. No condiments, just by themselves. They are that good. Oh man, I'm so glad I tried this. I hope you do too, people. Y'all take care. And you, don't forget to like and subscribe.